Yes.
Ahoy! Ahoy, the yes man!
Justin walked away.
Oh. I'll take your word for it, no man.
Can I grab another beer really
Yeah,
Oh yeah, go for it.
goddamn.
Go for it.
My man. out
Goddamn
here.
straight. I was finally waiting to have the stream to myself. Hello, beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood, and for many a years, I've been held prisoner. Only now do I finally get to be unfettered, unchained, and never mind, he's back. Hey, master, how are you? Yo, the yes man. Oh, can I finally be set free from my prison bonds?
Yes.
Oh, peace out, motherfucker.
Wait, what?
Oh. Good job, yes man. Oh, he's back. There we go.
Yes.
I came back of my own accord. I'm sorry, I just love it here.
If you love something, set it free.
If it comes
Gentlemen,
back to
thanks
you,
for
it's
having me
yours
on.
forever.
Yes.
Oh wait, that's just Justin.
That's yes guy.
That's Justin.
Yes.
Oh, now you lost the reverb. There he is.
Lucinda Lubin. All right, so we got to pick a
You're
title.
not gonna ask the yes man any questions, then he's just the guy who's waiting to fucking answer questions.
Let's give people a few minutes. We, if you go to nightattack.showbot.tv, you can now vote on the titles that get submitted on Twitch. So make sure we'll give people a few minutes to go and vote and check out all the different titles, so we can make an informed decision.
Yes.
Do you guys want to play a little bit more Apologizes For? We got some.
Heck yeah! Are you kidding me?
extras.
Sure, yeah, no, this is gonna be great.
Viewer.
I'm gonna turn this screen off here so that Brian can't.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. Before we get into that, can we get into Brian your psyche on going back to Orlando?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Doing Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, here, explain, set the scene for Jack and anybody that.
So Jack, I toured for 2 decades with a stage magic show, Blood and Guts, Punch Rock Magic, did a bunch of colleges and so on, and there are 3 times that I headlined at Universal Studios, and in Orlando, and they meant different things at different times. In 2007, it was kind of a half gig. They had me out for several weekends that were lucrative. They paid better than the college gigs, and it was a lot of work, but a lot of fun. They liked it enough that they had me back again in 2008 for a full run in Orlando, and that was the first time going out. That's when I met Justin. That's when Justin came out to interview me for the #1 magic blog, iTricks. And that's how the two of us connected. I moved my family out there. I took my kids out of school and did that. And it was just a delight. And then two years later, they asked me back in 2010. And by that point, I had a bit of an online presence. And it was just like this awesome victory lap. Like, I think shortly before I die, when I think about the time that I felt the most like I had my shit together, I'll think of that time, right? Because like Justin came up, we had fans out in the audience, and it was astonishing and incredible. But the best part is it was a 2-month block where I got a Disney pass, and my kid's job basically was every day to go to Disney and ostensibly learn some stuff. And so here we are 7 years later in 2017. And we're going to go back and do it again, not completely as a tourist. Like my I'm not pretending like this is going to lead to another gig or whatever, but I just want to go and relive that experience of almost a decade ago when, that coincided with my life changing. Does that make sense?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Justin actually, essentially when we were at that hosting thing, gave me his freaking life story, and I knew all about that like magic blog thing. And essentially how you two met, and your cock ring size and all that fun stuff. Like, he told me everything. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So he's saying, heard it. fucker. Like, you know.
But then, why did you
like,
tee this up if you heard it?
Just wait for the.
No.
Well, because I didn't want
is
the whole
pretty
life
cool.
story. I just wanted like anyway. I used to do Halloween Horror Nights, and now I'm gonna go back there. That's what I was assuming teeing it up for. But we got the in depth. We went full goatsy.
Like
That's fine.
You did magic with like essentially like a haunted house crew sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
No,
rad.
and I am somebody who's always deeply loved Halloween culture. I love playing dress up. I love blood and guts. I love candy. I mean, what's not to love about Halloween? And so the opportunity to go back, and in fact, in what was it, 2011, we got the ultimate treatment going out to Halloween Horror Nights. And having everybody remember me from the year before, where everybody was ushering us through the front of the lines and all that stuff.
awesome.
It was pretty great.
Hell yeah, man.
No, that was awesome. And also, Halloween Horror Nights is intolerable. I can't imagine going there unless you are skipping all the lines.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's because here's the thing. Like I would say half those houses, I was like, good. You know, good, but good for me walking in, like literally waiting like 2 minutes. Like, good. If I had waited an hour and a half, I would hate all of them. All of those houses. I would like, and maybe I'm just not the guy for it. It doesn't tickle whatever little element of my soul to be like walking through, and then all of a sudden an old eggplant that's shaped like a witch jumps out at you, and you know, some crazy
Them
shit.
scary
Like, I don't
See,
know.
I disagree, but then again, I also all
Hope
of my
to yet
experiences.
again be employed by them.
Well, yes, but also, like, when I would go through, people would recognize me and they would give me these customized scares where it's like, it's one thing to have a demon jump out and go blah. It's another one for them to take a knife and put it up on your throat and go brushwood.
Brushwood.
I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
This is too
I guess,
real.
no. It's my personal hell. I get it. I'm
Yeah,
famous, and it's my personal hell. That's what I'm getting here. This is great.
Criticizing your work in your ear while they have a knife to your throat.
Yes, exactly. But the real reason is, you know, they do the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot every year, and that's pretty much the best thing on the
No,
freaking
I know,
planet.
and that is the big bummer. Is Ash and I we're gonna come down and be there for the weekend that you guys are down there, but
Epcot's in Florida, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in Florida. Are you going to TwitchCon, Jack?
I'm actually bringing 8 pinball machines with me. Sorry, I'm dabbing. I
So
apologize.
I will be hanging out with Jack instead of Brian.
Yeah.
Oh, I
TwitchCon,
see.
but-
I see where this is headed. All right.
Hey,
well,
listen,
I'll
I have
have
an
you
extra
know
pass for
that
TwitchCon,
I'll
just
enjoy all 3 of your steins of beer in Germany shortly before the fireworks show. I'm like, this
can
one's
we
for
find-
Jack and for
Can
Justin.
we find the bicycle
Yay.
kick?
I don't think it was recorded. I think the aftermath was. I can find the photo of my hand fucked up.
Can we wrap our minds around what was going on in your head in that moment?
All right. Well, hold on. Set it up. So Jack, we did we had a convention in Orlando.
Justin,
That was-
explain it properly. We met in 2008.
Oh my God. Yeah. So anyway, I
Let's
was
go all the way back.
born in a hospital in Fort Worth, Texas, in 1983.
So we were drinking around the world at Epcot, and I was a global in.
You had pacing issues. much like a certain police officer in Southwest Texas would agree. Turns out the written warning was about your drinking 2 years ago.
So we'd been drinking a little bit. We go
Hold
to
on, wait a minute. I have some official investigation to go. But Brian, if you were to guess, we started in Mexico. How many countries are between Mexico and Germany and Epcot?
3. There are 3. He made it 3 countries in, and he was suddenly doing a backflip bicycle kick that landed him right on his ass in
So,
Germany.
Yes, I thought, hey, I'm gonna play along with everyone playing with the little
Also,
soccer guys.
Africa doesn't count. Number one,
That's where I got my
shame,
drink.
All right,
shame
come
on
on,
you
Jesus.
Did you
for
walk around
calling
with booze
Africa a
inside of
country.
there? Are you able to hold drinks while you're walking around?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what makes Epcot supremely wonderful. and
That's all
magical.
happening inside of that Geodome, right?
Yeah, no, sure.
Around it. Around
Give or
it.
take.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I thought, okay, they're gonna kick the ball to me, and I'm gonna kick, and the ball was a little higher than I thought it would be, and I fell flat
And
on
the
my
most
ass.
sensible way is to turn your back to the ball and do a backflip.
What are you talking about? You were big fishing this story.
Well,
in
now had he
major-
pulled it off, that would have been quite
I'm okay
something.
with big fishing the story because in my mind you did this epic. It was an anime style. You leaped up.
It was a charge
The
up.
background went to white lines, and you did a backflip and you connected with it, and then you just had a problem sticking.
Oh,
the
I
landing.
hit the ball in your memory.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
no,
so
no.
much.
You get solid connectivity on the ball, and it nailed that German dude right in the forehead. And he's like, "I guess we have a new champion."
Yeah.
By the way, my black sun sign is saying Africa doesn't count, Dad. No, okay, it's insulting that they call it a country because it's a continent that has a whole bunch of countries.
There you go.
And also not nearly enough beer.
Can you name the countries between Mexico and Germany?
Okay. I wonder if I can.
In Epcot, not on the globe.
So you get to the thing, you turn left, and there's Mexico. You grab a margarita and
Got
an
it.
empanada.
Got it.
Then you step a few steps forward, and there's Norway that used to have the Maelstrom, but now it's the Frozen ride.
Yep.
You take a few steps forward. It's China, where you have what are definitely not state-sponsored adolescents doing acrobatics on a strange exchange program. It's an impressive display of the culture of their country. Then you go slightly forward because Japan's on the other side. Then you encounter drums because you're in Africa. And no, that's a fact. That's an accurate depiction of what happens.
That's like in that weird fucking outpost that they write off all of Africa at. There are drums.
Right. It's like,
Oh,
I
you
don't know,
mean,
bang on some drums.
Yeah, you are.
Oh shit, here it is.
We gotta go full
Oh shit, that's the drums.
Told ya.
It was Justin the whole time.
It can't be racist if you're doing it too.
And then we went to Germany and did Jaeger shots.
No, I think there's
Yeah.
something before Germany though.
Well,
Nope, that's it. No, you nailed it.
Oh,
It's
right on.
Norway, Mexico, Norway, China, Germany. I'm looking at the map right here.
Look, hold on, go back. This is me wincing at this shot of Jaeger
Oh, yes.
that I've been given. Look at me not enjoying this shot of Jaeger.
so we get the alternate angle, the Zapruder angle.
Look at Brian.
He takes a
Oh,
good
dear.
minute. Everyone else is taking a
He's
shot.
just about not enjoying his shot of Jaeger.
It's that Disney Jaeger, man. They do something to it.
Hold on, I think Oh, he
Big
takes
dick?
like a
I
sip.
took like a tiny
my
sip,
God,
and I'm just like,
Jesus.
oh dear. Now, meanwhile,
No,
Pele
no,
over
this
here.
Here's my
on.
shit, Jaeger.
Pele, look at Pele.
I love Jaeger.
I'm working on it.
Oh, he and a sip.
He's working
Barely
on
even
it.
drank it. There you go.
A little bit at a time.
Look how excited he is.
Oh my God, here we are.
And then we did soccer.
This is what's great about Epcot. All of that extra shit. Oh, look at that. That's some damn fine foot juggling, if I do say so myself.
Even Stacy.
Here it
could hit the
comes.
ball
Here it
back.
comes.
It wasn't recorded on film, I don't believe.
Are you sure?
I looked for it.
That was actually what happened for real.
It turns out we
Side of his foot.
horribly
Oh.
misremembered it.
Wait, is this
Also
before or after, Bryce? When
This is
you're
way
like
bu- this is
begging off the
before.
ball.
This is. I
Yeah,
know this
there's-
is before because there's a photo of my hand fucked up that someone took from Twitter.
So much beer is being spilled.
Oh, yeah, now
oh,
we're
man,
in Italy.
it wasn't even
Okay,
that.
all right.
Weird.
Just trust me. He did this majestic fucking flip. It was amazing.
Yeah.
The bicycle.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right. So we're definitely
Bicycle
doing
kick, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't come out for like just one day.
He's at TwitchCon.
Is
Well, that
TwitchCon
weekend, big weekend.
a week long?
It's a long
Couple
one.
days, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man. I would be there if I could. Are you kidding? Kidding me? There are a few things I love more on earth than fucking Food and Wine Festival.
No,
It's
I
a-
get it.
it's a-
You super dig Sparkle Motion.
Oh, look at you. Look at you. Look at you from the hill of judgment. Cast the eyes of Brian Brushwood. Ooh, guys, I'm moving all the kids out. I'm taking them all out of school because I want to show them what's cool. Look at me. I'm cool-ass dad, Brian. Oh, I guess old pussy Justin can't make it out. Let's
Gonna go
tell
hang
that
out with all
the
those
tale of the
video
man
game
who
nerds.
almost did.
Where is TwitchCon taking place?
San Diego.
The
Long
LBC.
Beach.
Oh yeah,
Beach,
no.
Long
If it's all left coast, that's gonna be No, I don't blame you.
There's another Disney over there, right?
Not a
Yeah,
real
but
one.
it's on
Disney
fire
place?
constantly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, there's a big fire.
I mean, Disneyland is a fake, like it's a mirage. It's basically like a gigantic diorama. Like it doesn't even count compared to Disney World.
It's all just cardboard and duct tape.
It's and plus also there's constantly investors looking over it because it's just existing to serve as an exemplar of what's coming next.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I'm really excited for the if you lived here, you'd be home now sign. I guess I hope to see a house at some point.
Before we get into the into some outtakes for apologizes for, let's pick a title. The number one by a
my
long
God.
shot is Lucinda
Lubin
Lubin.
Tube. Yes.
We've also got I'm Sticking to Hepatitis.
Hey, that's good too.
Nickel Jack. So funny, it'll make you come. Straight Japin.
Great JP.
Straight shape.
Straight japing is pretty good.
Happy No Crime Day. Just japing around. Price Shoot. The world's slowest high-speed chase.
Straight
That?
japing and winning.
Night Attack apologizes to their guests. That's another good one.
It's right there in my eye.
I like Lucinda Lubin Tube. It's got to be that one, right?
It's got to be either. Wait, go back up. It's got to be either Lucinda Lubin Tube.
Or straight japing.
Love so funny it'll make you come. But then you can't put that as the title. I would say it's either Lucinda Lubin Tube or straight japing. But I would probably. I think Lucinda Lubin Tube is probably the best.
Yeah, no, I'm down with that too.
All right, cool.
We better see a follow up to that freaking story. I swear to God.
Oh, hot damn. Hey, do you have like a set of like 3 dumb things everybody who is not as smart as you does when they're playing pinball?
Yeah. So the biggest problems is number one, people flip both flippers at the same time. And that's a huge freaking no-no for a number of reasons that, you could endlessly go on why that's terrible for like timing and blah, blah, blah. Number 2 is a lot of people don't know how to start a 2, 3, 4 player game on pinball. They'll just walk up, play a game by themselves, let someone else walk up, play a game by themselves, because you can hit start for the number of players that are going to play with you. And number 3 is just everyone thinks it's cheating by hitting and shaking the machine, but that's like half a play in pinball. Shake the freaking shit out of it.
Yeah, I was watching you, and you
there's a
shake it
certain,
pretty
like,
hard, yeah.
There's like tolerances, right? It's like,
Yep.
granted, there's some point you're going to get busted, but it's sort of like, in basketball, it's like, yes, you're not supposed to muscle anyone else, and at some point you'll be called foul, but I mean, there's some amount of muscling that happens, right?
So inside of a pinball machine, and this has been the same since the thing was invented, is the tilt bob. And essentially on the side of the cabinet inside is a metal ring that's screwed to it. This is going to get really lewd really quick. And then a thin piece of metal that goes through it, right? So that's hanging through there. And then there's a weight at the bottom of that thin piece of metal. And as you hit the game, this starts rattling inside of there, okay? And so if you're just barely hitting it, it's not touching the ring. But if you hit it too hard, it'll come in contact with that, and that's what gives you the warnings. And a couple of, depending on how old the machine is, it'll just end your game. Newer games, you get a few warnings, and then it ends up like, tilting out your ball.
So like part of your strategy is to test out the limits, right? Like if you have the ability to play a game it's important to you to play that game to the point that you encounter failure, right?
Right. So if you're playing in like the World Championships, for instance, what they let you do is you get to walk up to the game and each player gets 30 seconds on the game. All those players are doing is beating the shit out of the machine to see how much they can get away with, and that is it. Yeah.
Wow.
Because you need to know how far, how fast you can like move that table across the floor.
How big a deal is the World Championships? Are we talking about like hundreds of people, thousands of people watching?
We got like sultans, emirs, kings and queens.
It's people from all over the world, and they cap it at about 700 players. And the people that win it are fucking robots, man. They're just you can't play against them. It's just they don't move, and it's just flip, make. It's kind of boring to watch. But like when they're thrown on a game from like the 50s that they've never played before, and it's 4 people that are like titans of knowing all these new machines. Now they're on this game that frickin' has little micro flippers and it's all bells and chimes. That's a real like wrench in the whole system because control is out the window, and you just got to get really good at like smacking the physical game instead of like relying on your flipper skills.
Well, that's something that you were telling me about the World Championships is that like it's not as if you know what's happening. You show up and you compete, and it just gives you whatever. Like, what's the parameter for the machines that are played?
Right. So essentially, it's you versus 3 other people on a random machine, and it could be any pinball machine that's ever been made. And you may not know the game. You might know it well. But the funny thing about knowing a pinball machine, it's like if you're thrown on a Metallica pinball machine, you may own one. You're like, man, I'll kill this game. I play this all the time. The Metallica you know how to play, the one right next to it, which might be the same freaking game, is completely different because the pitch might be wrong. The rubbers might be worn out. It might be dirty. It might be, some of the coil sleeves, the reasons why the flippers can so easily go up and down. There's a whole number of different things that can, just really screw you up if you know a game too well.
Yeah, sorry for the silence. I was just processing that. It'd be because, like, to me, that would be the equivalent of like you practice forever on let's say a shuffleboard table, and then you just encounter one that's just calibrated fundamentally different, and everything goes right out.
It's got like maybe like grooves scratched in it and stuff like that, so it's like driving the puck and stuff. Yeah, it's every machine that comes off that line is different every single time. Even though all the toys are the same, all the lights are in the same place, blah blah blah, it'll always play different. You might know the rules, but yeah.
Do you think that pinball enthusiasm is on an upswing or a downswing right now?
Oh, it's like freaking flying through the roof right now, which is
right,
amazing.
And largely based on nostalgia because there are so few new ones around, or
I think what it is people are realizing, like, as you become an adult, you're like, oh wait, I can actually buy a pinball machine. Like I can own one of these. This is nuts. How much are they? Oh, I can buy one for $400.
Dude,
or I can buy one
by
for
the way,
$4,000.
for the record, target demographic right here. I remember being in 7th or 8th grade when we moved back to America from Norway. Like I found out that it was even possible to buy a pinball machine, and I called, and I think it was a Hurricane or a Comet.
Yeah, man.
I think it was Hurricane. Was like $1,500, and that was all the money in the world. By the time I had gotten to college, I had found out about this place on South Austin called All About Amusement that had they refurbished games. And I went down there and I bought a pachinko machine. I bought a track and field, and my prized possession that it really broke my heart to get rid of was a hyperball. Do you remember hyperball?
Yeah, with the little tiny like beads that you shot the gun.
Yep,
Dude.
Yep. And you spelled
that
shit
game was
out
like a
on there.
one-player crossfire. It was awesome.
Yep. Nope. I absolutely adored hyperball, and I think I got it for $400 at the time.
Dude. That's kind of a hard game to find. That's sort of a bummer.
Yeah, no, it's gone. It's gone now. But man, oh man, did I love it when I had it. When I first got married, we put it like instead of having a kitchen and a kitchen table, we just put all the video games in there. We had, and it was I've since converted the track and field into a MAME cabinet. So
Mames
that's still around.
Mames are smart.
And then my wedding gift from all my buddies in college was a Tron machine. So we still have the MAME cabinet and the Tron machine, but man, that shit was loud though. Hyperball was loud.
Yeah. Pinball
Loud.
in general is loud. Like if you live in an apartment, you will get fucking kicked out immediately if you have a pinball machine in there. And if you play with the glass off, it sounds like someone's building a horseshoe right in front of you. It's just the loudest damn thing on the face of the earth. Yeah, man. I don't know. Buy pinball machines. Pinball machines are also like, if you buy one, you're like, this is all I need, man. But if you even have an inkling of maybe I could fit another one in there, you'll just get overrun immediately.
Dude, it really does. There's something about it that just harkens back to those magical times when you're in second grade and a quarter is all the money in the world and you're thinking, how long can I make this last or whatever.
Yep.
There's something about it that just cuts right to the heart of the geek.
That's the best part about pinball is like you may be practicing to get better to like beat other people, but really the best reasoning behind getting better at pinball is so that you don't really have to spend any money in an evening at like a barcade. So you could put in 50 cents, and if you're good enough, that is all the money you spent on that machine.
You're done.
Yeah. In fact, you're like walking away going like, yo, you could play this game, or like people did back in the day, they sold their credits if they earned some. They'd be like, yo, you can play this for like, just give me 50 cents and I'll walk away. So it's like they would have paid anyway, but you just made some cash, which is illegal. I apologize. But yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, you could say, hey, look, any friend of mine can get all these credits, but to be a friend of mine, you have to get me a beer, and you're in the clear. That's the law. That you can circumvent all laws like that.
That's bro law. Crossfire.
Bro law.
$100 what?
Yeah.
It was like plastic cardboard and like, okay, I'm into it.
Free shipping though.
Free shipping though.
Is that being sold by Milton Bradley?
No, that's the Milton Bradley game.
Ships and sold from STL Pro Inc.
Oh, okay. That's weird that they put Milton Bradley above there because it does look like they're the ones selling the game.
Yeah, I think they do that for like the brands now. So like they'll put Apple or whatever the.
Tell you what, it sure does make you think that they're selling it.
$100 for a Crossfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go play pinball. It's
Is there
freaking crazy fun.
Well, we have pinballs here in Austin.
So when I think about kooky pinball crossovers, I think of like, was it Pac-Man Jr.? Was that a crossover?
Baby Pac-Man.
Baby Pac-Man. That's what
the game was freaking. I recently streamed that thing, and it was a joke. Like, it's Pac-Man up top, pinball down below. So it's like the actual, like a vertical monitor in front of your head here. And then you would play Pac-Man. And then you had a way to escape at the bottom of the screen that would take you to the pinball portion of it. And then you would play down. Yeah, there it is. And then you would play down there. And
wow.
I suck at video games. So I figured out how to blow the crap out of that game by completely avoiding all the Pac-Man parts and staying in the pinball area as long as possible.
That's awesome.
And yeah, we like put an unfathomable, am I saying that right? No, I put too many B's in there. Score on that thing just because like I just didn't let it go back up top.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
It's weird.
Man, I had a deep affinity to this would have been around 1992, the Terminator 2 pinball game where you
I have one sitting right here.
Yeah, do you really? Oh, goddamn.
Yep.
You put your hand on that fucking trigger and you feel like you're holding a gun.
That gun, dude.
Oh, so great.
Yeah. There's so that one's like sort of a futuristic gun, but if you find a Guns N' Roses pinball machine, that is an actual revolver handle. And if you could find an Indiana Jones, that's also a revolver handle.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, they made a couple of games with those like real gun things. But yeah, there's also a game called Judge Dredd. Is it Judge Dredd or no Demolition Man, where the flippers were actually handles that sat on top of the cabinet that you held like this, and you flipped by pushing little buttons here, and it just gave you this amazing grip to move the machine across the frickin' room without getting yelled at.
The I see you in the chat right now is saying T2 was second to the Addams Family, and I'll actually agree with that. Addams Family was another really good one. There was a very strange kind of golden age in the early 90s.
The 90s was
after
it, man.
when
pinball
should have been out of the game.
Yep, 90s was it, man. Addams Family is and was and still is the most produced pinball machine ever made.
Wow.
That's why every single person that you talk to who may not know anything about pinball or is kind of into pinball, you're like, what's your favorite pinball machine? They're like, Addams Family. You know why? Because it's the only fucking game you remember, and it was everywhere. It was a fun game, and it is a fun game. But if you play it competitively, it's a very boring game because there is a gimmick to it where you shoot 2 shots over and over again until your freaking hand falls asleep, and then you get a score that no one can touch. Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm hearing
That
a
just blows
crying
me the
child
fucking mind.
outside.
You should
Give me a
please
moment.
Go check out that child.
I thought that was coming from my neighbors.
Oh, yeah, we're
Well, the one thing that I will say is it seems like now with like the Stern pinball machines, like is a time where there's new shit that is like super well put together and it's like trying to out top itself each time they come out with a new machine.
They
Which
come
is
out with like great themes, great new innovations. They're trying to bring in as much like new technology as they can into pinball. And there's like boutique companies opening up that are like making games that they're coming up with ideas that even the big guys aren't even thinking of. And it's just this crazy amalgamation of just everyone wanting to keep this hobby alive and doing everything they can to spread the word.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what. It's it's pretty nuts, and it was cool because that was not necessarily a hobby that I was like looking to get into, and then all of a sudden, every fucking bar I went to out here had like not only like a pinball machine, but like many, and there was like leagues and shit, and it's like
Right.
goddamn.
But here's the thing: before anyone talks to you about pinball or even brings it up, you have gone to all these places and you didn't see these machines, right?
Yeah.
It's not until someone like put it in your head that you started noticing all this stuff. And I was the same way 6 years ago. I remember going to all these like bars that now have shitloads of pinball machines. But back then I'm just like, I went there to sit in a photo booth and make out with people and get drunk. But now I go there and I'm like, dude, oh shit, they got a Gilligan's Island here. And like, they got Funhouse and all this stuff up. It's unavoidable now. But yeah, like pinball machines are everywhere. They just, no one really gave a crap about them because like video games started knocking all that stuff out.
Yeah, and then they died. So like there was like literally like nobody that was doing anything, which is odd because like a pinball machine, I guess like a pinball machine because it's more analog can probably go longer without maintenance. Where like if a video game console gets destroyed, then it just stops working. Right, like a pinball machine.
I would say the reason pinball mostly died is because video games are less maintenance. Like rubbers break pretty quick on a pinball machine, and if you only bought a pinball machine just to have one and you don't know how to simply fix like a tiny little thing, that game's broken, essentially to you. Even though it's like a 25-cent part to put on a flipper or a slingshot or something. That game's just screwed unless you know how to maintain it in some sort of fashion. But yeah, I mean, with the rise in all these barcades and stuff like that, people are just clamoring to get whatever they want. And now that there's people that are actually into pinball, they're going into these barcades, seeing that the games are messed up, telling the bar owner like, yo, I'm not coming back here unless you fix this stuff.
Yeah.
Now they're taking care of it. Like a great story about the pinball scene in Seattle is a bunch of bars had pinball machines that were all trash. And this like group of people that were super into pinball, what they did is they grabbed like 20 of their friends. They'd go to every bar that had a pinball machine. They'd walk in, fill the bar up with people, stand around the pinball machine for a minute, notice it was broken, go to the bartender and be like, yo, I'm taking all these people out of this bar that we just brought because this machine's busted. And they did that to like bar after bar after bar and just did this for like a month until every bar was like, yo, we need more pinball machines and we need staff here working on the stuff at all times.
Dude. And it worked? Like
Seattle and Portland kept pinball alive like crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
And so that kept going and then all of a sudden it just started blowing up elsewhere. I mean, I guess like
started
everywhere else that I've been now, I've certainly seen more of them.
Oh yeah. The fun thing about barcades is if anyone's on the fence about opening a barcade, freaking do it. They print their own money. You can't go wrong. You buy a handful of like crappy arcade games no one cares about that are going to live on their own as long as you get them repaired once, they're good to go. buy a handful of pinball machines, maybe pay one guy to come in every morning or every couple of days to work on them, and you will just start crapping cash everywhere. It is nuts.
It seems like that's the way to go, right? And the best ones that I've been to were the God damn it, I'm forgetting the chain out in Ohio now, but they cracked the code for me because they were like, hey, look, if you're drinking, you're playing for free.
Yep.
Which it's like now all of a sudden, all you want to do is sit there. Like, when are you going to sit there and drink longer? When you're pumping coins into something, or when you can beat X-Men like
Absolutely.
you've always wanted to?
You
when
get to see the end
were a
of that.
kid?
Yeah, exactly. It's perfect. It's freaking perfect. There, yeah. Some of the bars here in Chicago are like beer's more expensive. All the games are on free play.
Yeah.
Some of them are like token based. But one of my favorite places in Chicago, it's called Logan Arcade. If you're ever in Chicago, check it out. The guy has like maybe 45 pinball machines in there. He owns them all. He has 4, I believe, technicians that are working on them at all times. And I stream there so much and give him so much PR that I essentially don't have to pay to drink there as long as I'm streaming. It's amazing.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, that is awesome. And anybody who's in Chicago should go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you ain't lying. Fucking pinball is a big thing out there. Like people give a fuck about it.
Well, I'm excited that you're coming out to TwitchCon, dude, because that's going to be a freaking riot.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I just booked my tickets a couple days ago, but I'm not in till Friday. Friday I get in.
I leave Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I leave this Monday because I'm bringing a shit ton of pinball machines with me. So we're going to set all those up. Stern, the last big manufacturer left, they're actually supplying me with the games, which is pretty dope. So we're going to be setting them up.
Oh, that's amazing. So wait, what place are you at? What location? Like, is it just in TwitchCon, or is there another like thing around it? Or
no, like Twitch is actually flying me out so that I can set all these games up.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna be on the show floor with all these machines.
That's fucking great. That's amazing.
Baby. Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Wow, yeah, no, I guess for whatever reason I thought that was going to be like, I know because you do a lot of sponsored shit, that it would be that, but no, that's fucking rad that it's a Twitch production.
Yeah, right next to the meet and greet area where pretty much every single person's going to be standing in line for hours. I hope Brian's okay.
Yeah, I think there was a crying child that I believe needs
babies.
a little bit of just needs a little bit of babying.
I mean, fucking what a diva.
Babies.
Yeah, 16-bit bar. Yeah, that's the chain out there in Ohio. Mitsula says if I get there on Friday, I'm gonna miss the DKG bonfire. I mean, I don't know, man. When's that? I don't know when the fuck that is, man. Let me know. Nobody fucking made plans with me.
Did you see? Okay, that 16-bit. You see that website?
Yeah.
Right. Now go to deadflip.com. It's the same thing.
I think both people like to square their spaces.
Yo, but check this out. Go to deadflip.com and click on tutorials really quick.
Sure. Here we go.
So I animated a bunch of GIFs to show people the different flipper mechanics on how to control a ball while they're playing.
Oh my God, that's great.
What did you use to animate that?
Just After Effects.
Yeah.
Is there like gravity stuff you were able to set up to? I mean, I assume you didn't animate all that
all
by
hand animated.
Wait,
all
for
hand
reals?
Yeah, I've been an animator for like 15 years. I own my own animation studio here in Chicago.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Wow, they look
baby.
amazing.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Now that the gang's all here, you guys want to play a little bit more Apologizes For?
Heck yes.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. This is
Was there a reason, Justin, that it felt like you pulled the plug a little early on it? Were you uncomfortable? Sorry, because like I could go for like hours doing Apologizes For. This is my favorite game.
Oh no! Bryce said this was the last. That was the last question.
Oh,
like we were doing the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. just thought that was a
Uh-oh,
good
is
amount.
there a lover's
Oh,
quarrel
okay.
about
All
to happen?
right. All right.
show?
Yeah, I
I
didn't know
want to
if,
make
like,
the show go long because of the game
my
and also
my
talking
my
to Jack.
co-host sense was like somebody is pulling the plug on this. I guess there's something wrong with it that's not going well. And
No,
and so I just rolled with it. But,
No, I kept it a little shorter today because I knew we were going to talk to Jack for a bit.
got
and
it.
so- Here we go. Seattle Times apologizes for not knowing where blank and blank are located. Ah, dang it. Seattle
Sorry,
Times.
say it again.
Seattle Times apologizes for not knowing where blank and blank are located.
Portland and Portland.
Okay, we got Portland.
Where is this place?
I don't know. Justin, what do you think?
Justin's having a discussion with Alexa.
Oh.
Alexa, why are my lights out?
Yeah,
Alexa.
no, that's basically exactly what I'm doing.
He uses Alexa to turn on his set.
Yeah, no,
lights.
my wife decided to turn all the lights out on me.
That's
I think,
what we call-
Washington,
There we go.
Washington and Olympia.
Okay, Washington.
No, Seattle and Olympia. Fuck it, whatever.
All right. Jack, what do you think?
Seattle Times apologizes for not knowing where the Hall and Oates are located.
We're not knowing where Hull.
Where are the Hall and
Where
Oates?
are the Hull and Oates? The Seattle Times apologized. This was August 29, 2017, not very long ago, for not knowing where Alabama and Mississippi are located.
Don't do.
If I can direct everyone to the map here, we've got
Okay,
Texas.
that's well deserved. You fuckers earned that. You fucking cunts.
So we've got Louisiana.
You fucking new Northwest cunts.
And then
God damn it.
Alabama right next
Fuck
to
your
Louisiana.
beards
Is
and
that
your
right?
craft beers and your free weed. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Nolans.
And your software and your setting for the original Fallout game. Fuck all of you.
Think there's a space needle in there somewhere.
Yeah, fuck your space needle. Why don't you inject it into your space arm and inject space heroin? Fuck you.
Space heroin.
They did fix it.
It's bullshit.
Some small bullshit. All right, here's another one. Tim McGraw apologizes for blank.
His career.
K. Kona. His Tim McGraw.
Yeah, I'm gonna say apologizes for falling asleep.
Falling asleep. All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for, hold on.
Yeah. Okay. Good sentence structure. Jack, what do you think? Tim McGraw apologizes for blank.
His brother Quick Draw McGraw.
Well, you know, he's a little impetuous.
Just waving that gun everywhere.
What's good, Bri?
He apologizes for the lyrics of his song, "Listen up, world, to what I got to say. America's #1, and we're here to stay. Top of the plow, goddamn humdinger, gold cup, blue ribbon, jive foam finger.
Did you Google the lyrics?
Number
Is that-
one." No, I was trying to Google a link,
Oh,
but
I see.
instead I decided to do my best version of it.
That was pretty good.
Tim McGraw. This is in 2011. I'm sorry, 2008. Tim McGraw apologized for his greatest hits album.
What the fuck?
Aww. Because there was
Exactly.
About
one song
time
on it.
somebody took fucking responsibility.
This was actually what it was is his record label put out a greatest hits album, only one album after his previous greatest hits album, and they did it to extend his contract. And he was like, no, this was not a good thing for them to do. So that's what that was.
A brief pause in the historical apologizes for a game.
Sure.
Ryan, are you aware? I just realized that I have talked a lot about this because I'm a sports fan, but have you heard, if I tell you Miami Dolphins offensive line coach, do you know how to finish that sentence?
Apologizes for the Miami Dolphins?
Oh my God. We have a video that we need to watch.
Oh, great.
This is the talk of the sports world.
Jack,
Go to
do
the
you already
tape.
know this?
I have no idea what sports is.
Great. Oh, good. So this
Perfect.
side,
All right.
over there, be motherfuckers who know what balls go where. But down here,
you will
be
all,
cool
you
guys.
will all enjoy the crazy, the insanity of this. This is leaked Sunday night, late Sunday night, by somebody who is identified only as a Nevada model, who is taking a stance against the NFL because she disagrees with the way that it has treated its players, and so decides to post a video that was sent to her by a Miami Dolphins offensive line coach.
A line coach?
Oh,
No,
Jesus.
play the sound. Play the sound.
Oh, sure.
About you. How about me going to a meeting and doing this before I go? There's those big rains falling, but I miss you. I miss you a lot.
By the way, he just told her that he is going into a meeting right after
It's gonna be a
this.
while before we can do this again, because I know you're gonna keep that baby.
Did he say keep that baby?
Think about how much I miss you, how high we got together, how much fun it was. So much fun. The last little bit before I go to my meeting.
That's the line coach!
Is that what that you think?
Wait for it.
I wish I was looking at this. Love that pussy.
Oh!
Oh my god.
By the way, in his office. And then the coach, the head coach who fired him, because obviously you get fired when that comes out, said all he knew about him was that he was a head down worker who was often the last one to leave.
Head down worker, my man. It was the pussy comment that got him fired, I'm sure.
Probably.
Sure.
Probably.
The puritanical America is what it is.
Yep. Wow.
Brian, you were shocked into silence by that. What is your reaction?
You know what I'm shocked by is that the lack of media savvy people have. Like, people are still photographing themselves doing these things and then sending them to other people, expecting that it's not a death sentence. Like,
Right, this is going to stay between you and me, right?
Yeah, right.
I'm like super important, but don't share this.
I mean,
with
I'm
anybody.
not alone in this position, right? I mean,
Well,
this is insane.
And also,
Oh, I mean, he sent it to what we're going to assume is just a stripper.
A woman,
know,
a woman of questionable repute.
Well, I mean, listen, there are many fine women who strip for a living. That is their business. But let's assume that they are projecting things for money, right? That's the point of going to a strip club, is that the stripper is there to make you feel good. He decides that he's fallen in love, and that he now shares such a rock solid relationship.
Rock solid.
That he can send to her, like, anyway, here's me blowing mad rails at the office.
well, yeah, and that's the part of it that I don't like, unless they're like they met each other on opposite ends of a Coke line, like fucking Lady and the Tramp. Like, why is that
Two
part?
of them
straws
snort
come up
into each other, and then they go in for the kiss.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
All right, here we go. We got another one for you. Apple vaguely apologizes for Siri's blank glitch.
Racist.
Okay, we got racist glitch. Apple vaguely apologizes for Siri's blank glitch.
Sexist.
Sexist.
God, what the
You guys, yeah, color.
There's only one more. One more, Jack.
hepatitis?
Keep the bitch alive.
This guy gets it.
Which one of you guys said sexist? Justin?
Yeah.
Apple vaguely apologizes for Siri's abortion glitch.
Oh dear.
This was from what year was this? 2011, when Siri was still rolling out.
When she was still anti-choice.
Well, apparently, if you were like, "Hey, find me an abortion clinic," it would say no, or it would not know how to do
What?
such a thing. Yeah.
Huh.
But this was early Siri. You
Yeah.
can, yeah.
Say no,
Nowadays, she's
whore.
very good at murdering babies.
With their
Before
big,
she was
strong
woke.
hands.
With their big, strong hands. Australian Sari says, just give her over here and let me grab onto her with my big, strong hands. It's
wanna
your
know
bit,
what?
Justin.
You guys can own that one.
All right, here we go. Phil Collins apologizes for blank as he quits music.
Tarzan.
Apologizes for Tarzan.
His career.
I'm gonna say not being Paul Simon.
Aww.
Phil Collins apologizes for blank as he quits music.
It just makes me want to re-listen to that Hoppy bit.
Genesis. We'll see if that wins.
This is from 2011. Phil Collins apologizes
Not saving
for...
the drowning man.
Jesus. Apologizes for his success as he quits
Oh,
music.
God damn it. God
What
damn
a
it.
piece
Fuck
of
you.
shit.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What the
Fuck
fuck?
your
Sorry, I'm rich,
fucking
guys.
face.
I'm done working.
Fucking
Exactly. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great.
Oasis guitarist
Great,
Noel
great,
Gallagher
great, great,
famously cut
great,
down the
man, I'm
drummer in
great.
the past, quoted as saying, "You don't have to be great to be successful. Look at Phil Collins." So, GG, PC.
Yeah. Yo, eat shit. Phil Collins fucking getting it. He got all of it. He took it all home.
Yeah.
And he's like,
By
hey,
the
by the
way-
way, fucking, I just high-roaded all of fucking music on the way out.
Yeah,
Eat
right.
shit of Phil Collins.
Made
Kudos,
too much
kudos,
money.
Jack.
I'm gonna go.
Kudos, Jack, on getting the memo on color coordination on
Yeah.
palettes.
Here's
Like,
the thing. I did
little,
this last minute when I saw Justin's background there. Just wanted to get a little something warm, something because you two were you rocking the
Oh,
dark
yeah.
blue thing.
Yep,
you know.
Nope. Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. We
Yeah,
look
I'm
great.
trying.
Got
I'm
an eye
trying.
We
for
should be a
design.
Hollywood poster.
Killing the game.
Dildos. Cool.
Dildos. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's another common thing that's said.
On the show, yeah. We're just
Just
anyway.
out of nowhere, sporadically.
Just dildos. Hey, man, what's up? They just walking by, see an old friend, like, what's up, man? Dildos. Hey, what's the haps? How's the kid, man? Dildos. Absolutely.
Yeah, yo, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. What's
Dildos.
up? Anyway, fucking, the president, am I right? Dildos.
President's all like, "Ew," and I'm all like, "Ew."
Yeah, and I'm like, fucking dildos. What's going on? We're all just hanging out.
I'm the president. Everything's all right. I'm
This
the
is a
best.
great Donald Trump impression. I'm the president today.
Oh,
look at me. Take my IQ test because I've got the best
Period.
dildos.
Dildo.
Did you
Got the
see
best
that the
Where do we
only
get these recordings of President Donald J. Trump?
I know, yeah, a lot of controversial recordings from the White House today when the president said dildos.
You guys have time for one more?
Yeah.
One more.
Okay. I'm gonna explain. I'll give you the thing, and then I'll
Hold on.
explain
Can we take just a moment to talk about this account, Crumpet Brian?
Okay, I don't know. I don't have time. I don't have bandwidth for it. I can't be in the conversation. if we're talking about it.
Can we at least catch everybody up?
So someone. Look.
So, by the way, somebody is clearly the same person who runs the Stroke
Who
Jury
runs Stroke Jury
account.
and
yeah.
Shadow Brian?
Yeah.
Has these Twitter accounts?
Did I say something that indicated that I deeply wish to be a crumpet? Is
I
that
don't
what
know.
this is about?
That's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up in the notifications because this guy got 280 on fucking Twitter, so he's sending these really long messages.
Ooh, so he's got a big mouth.
Wait, hold on. Not everybody has 280?
Yeah, I think it's rolling.
I don't have 280.
Yeah, it's rolling.
I don't have 280.
I do. So Crumpet
Cunts.
Brian is just like a
Like, look at the first few tweets. I want to know who was there for that first thing, that moment when somebody decided I'm gonna take Brian Brushwood.
I think
What
that
the hell
crumpets
was
are
that
delicious. Every time I
Crumpet
browse said shows, I see no shows featuring one crumpet's struggle to become a major household foodstuff. I don't I don't get this person, and it's
keep going back all the way down to the beginning.
There
you go.
Hello world.
Here
Oh
it goes.
my God.
Hey world.
I don't get it. I've messaged this because someone was doing. This person was controlling the Stroke Jury account for a very long time.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa. Are they still doing it?
Yes,
Yes.
dude. No,
All right.
Crumpet
No,
Brian.
no. I'm familiar. I just know that at some point, Stroke Jury. It seemed like Stroke Jury might have gone under new management because, like, for a hot minute, Stroke Jury. Which, by the way, for those of you who are not aware, just takes tweets after I tweet them and acts like I'm having a stroke
And misspells
while I'm
them.
tweeting it.
Yeah.
And just like misspells shit and fucking like puts multiple consonants together. So at a certain point, the Stroke Jury, which is a fairly insulting.
Oh my God.
It's not like
No, it's pretty great. I
no,
will.
it's making fun of people with strokes.
I will go to the mat to defend
Look at this
Stroke
shit.
Jury.
These are all on the same day. This one really got me because this is him tweeting at all of these people in one tweet. Fuck off.
50 Cent.
50 Cent, Britney Spears, Pierce Brosnan here at the
Hey,
end.
they all know Stroke Jury.
I'm just saying.
So at a certain point, he started being nice to me and like complimenting me. And I didn't know how to handle it. And I was just like, do the bit, you fucking piece of shit. Like, tell me I'm having a stroke.
Well, no, because for a while there, I was like, I do not understand the enthusiasm you have for this throwaway line years ago of Justin's Skype locking up. I don't get I don't get it, and I think that's when Stroke Jury started spelling a little bit more correctly. But now there's Crumpet Brian, and I don't even know where it comes from. I think it's also the person who did Shadow Brian, which was also a very
Yeah,
small.
well, apparently
poorly
they're
green
friends.
screened.
But look at so Crumpet Brian pops up.
So yeah, Crumpet.
What is the manifesto of Crumpet Brian as best you can discern it?
Crumpet Brian's mission is to unite the universe through a love of Schwood and Crumpet.
Sure.
It seemed like there's some effort put in there. Like there's like each post is a poem.
I mean, they're long.
I mean, that counts for something.
It's something.
I mean, for fucking Crumpet Brian, like, you know, literally
Some
the
thought went into
existence
the
of it
tweet.
shows insane commitment.
I don't. Oh, Shadow Brian and Crumpet Schwood are now
It's the final crumpet.
contacting
Crumpet,
each other.
crumpet.
So I don't
Huh?
even know at this point.
Oh, that's some meta stuff. He might be talking to himself.
In any case,
Goddamn.
I don't know what to do with that.
Goddamn.
That's,
Tuesday
that's
nights
when,
are the best.
That's when you know you made it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've got Crumpet, when you have two alter egos arguing with each other.
We've got one last apologizes for here. Lixo Corp president apologizes for inappropriate joke about blank. Now, Lixo Corp is a major Japanese housing equipment maker.
Vaginas.
Vaginas, okay. Lixo Corp president apologizes for inappropriate joke about vaginas. The Japanese loving their vagina jokes, of course.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's like, they kills them, man. They just fall down laughing when you talk
Vaginas
that.
every time.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, anyway, in her vagina,
Oh!
right over. Like you shot them with a gun, man. They're fucking dying.
Yeah. What do you,
Agent Sign just randomly posts black people.
inappropriate joke about black people? I mean, Justin, what do
Possible.
you think?
I would say an inappropriate joke about children.
Ooh,
Children, okay.
inappropriate.
Fat Asian children.
Dildos, bro.
Dildos. This was from
Dildos.
2017, by the way.
Oh shit.
13, haha.
Jack, what do
Yeah, penises, man. Lick what company? What was it called?
Lixil. Lixil.
Yeah, it's a penis licking joke for
Penis.
sure.
Licks
Man.
L, like
Lick-
as in
lick-
Spanish for
what?
he.
licks L.
All right, the Lixil Corporation's president apologized for an inappropriate joke about radiation. Oh no!
Oh,
All right, so who do you award that to?
Thing.
Can we have what the actual joke is?
Sure. He said, "quote I got bigger because of radiation." Lixil President Kenya Sato said.
Great joke. Great fucking
Motherfucker,
joke.
if there's
No.
one culture that's immune to that joke, it should be the Japanese, right?
There you go.
I mean, there was
Because
a big
they were
nuclear-
bombed by radiation bombs.
There was also the big, nuclear crisis in 2011.
Yeah, that gives them double immunity.
You have double immunity.
Thanks, radiation.
No.
He
All right.
apologized, saying it was a joke. It was an inappropriate remark. It was an excuse for me putting on weight.
You know what? I'm gonna pick that up.
Which one's the fat one?
Oh shit! No, that's great, Brian. Just fucking be like, hey, listen, if I seem imperceptibly heavier, it's because radiation.
Radiation.
Yeah, that's you know what? My spokesman, my official spokesman, Justin Robert Young, just gave you my
said it.
statement. So anytime I'm quoted, make sure you
Sure.
quote my spokesman, Justin Robert
Brian
Young.
has
radiation.
been irradiated.
Yeah.
Official statement on the status of Brian Brushwood's weight, ray radiation for immediate
Yeah,
release.
but make sure Justin's name is in there every time. Every
Justin
time.
Young. Yeah, it's like
Said
Justin
his
Young,
spokesman.
Brian is irradiated, which is why he's imperceptibly heavier.
Said his spokesman, comma Justin
Oh,
Robert
it
Young.
starts and ends the sentence.
Yes. No, Justin Robert Young said,
Says,
blank, blank, blank,
yes.
said his spokesman, comma, Justin Robert Young.
All right, well, let's apologize.
Brian, when do you leave for old Disney?
Saturday. Right? Not Saturday.
As far as any burglars know, I've already left.
The house is unlocked and full of marble traps.
Well, I mean, the SWAT team hasn't moved in yet, and so.
I mean,
who's
you
to
can
say?
always lie.
2 Thursdays from Thrice Foldish Wednesday.
Cool.
Also, there'll be murderers in the lawn.
Oh, we're bringing. Oh, the
I'm
Brush
hiring
bringing in murderers like they always do.
I'm hiring murderers, and I've written the rest
You're
of the
hiring
neighborhood.
murderers.
Oh yes,
The
only
dark
the best
underbellies of the
murderers.
gig economy.
I
Do you want to murder on your own schedule?
we had to have an expensive sign that says "Warning: Murderers ahead," and then underneath it
Ahead?
said, "No, seriously, actual murderers. This is not a Halloween bit. Please don't trespass. If you trespass, you will be slaughtered immediately."
This is our
There's
big
also candy on the porch, but that has nothing to do
Also,
with
there's
anything.
candy,
Yeah.
but you can't have any. There are murderers. If you try to get the
Actual
candy, the
murderers.
murderers will murder you.
These aren't on the
That
street,
being
right?
said, if the bowl is empty, please knock twice to get one of the murderers to refill it.
To fill the bowl.
Also, please be advised, they're Jewish.
They're literal murderers.
What the fuck are you doing? Sorry, I don't know. I was trying to think of a random non-associated race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'm a bad person.
But so that means you'll be remote for the podcast next week.
As far as you know, maybe I'll be right here with a rifle in hand, ready to murder anyone who shows up.
If you're here, don't murder me, please.
Well, you'll be here, armed, I assume, with a
Get a
murder
gun now?
weapon.
There's a 3-day waiting period.
You're gonna. You know what? There's ways around it.
Jesus
You'll
Christ.
be armed, ready to murder anybody who shows up.
You got any gum?
Yeah. No. Sorry. Yeah. I don't know.
Cool.
Well, okay, cool. I mean, do we need to do the show early or anything, or?
No. I'll carve out time. I'll Skype in.
Okay.
We'll skeep scop the Jeep Jop and
Nice.
fleet flop
Jeep Jop.
the Noodle Bop.
Tell you what, man. Paul McCartney never said it better.
Yeah. He made a whole song about it. Skeep scop the Jeepy Jop. Everybody floopa doopa dippa dop.
No, fuck
Paul
no. That was
McCartney.
Nickelback.
Then answer the door.
Yeah.
Murderers everywhere.
All right.
what
Let's
else,
wrap.
Joanne?
Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
We're wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Jack, thank you so much for hanging out.
this is a riot. Thanks for
obviously a
having me.
weird show to catch up to.
I was concerned this was going to ruin my
you're
character,
totally
but it
new to
wasn't
it,
too
so
bad.
thank you so much.
No, you were great, man.
Yeah. One more time, everybody follow at dead_flip on Twitter and
Yay.
Twitch. He's doing great stuff. How often are you streaming? Every day?
Monday through Friday at 5 Central until I get too drunk to put my camera gear away.
Oh, goddamn. That's a great feeling, isn't it?
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Then,
All right.
We're going to say goodbye to everybody on the stream.
Love you.
Bye, lovelies.
I've been waiting on this for you.